Hello students, welcome to Smart Coaching Classes. In this video students, we are going to continue with chapter number 3rd, that is journal. Already I have uploaded part 1 and part 2 where we have discussed about basics. In part 3 students, we have started with sums also. So sum number 1 we have already completed. Now in this video students, we are going to continue with the sums only, and today we will discuss sum number 2nd. Alright, so as I said earlier also in previous video, to understand how to pass journal entries, it is very important to understand basics. And in basics, I have discussed about in details how to pass journal entries. Okay, so if you have not watched that video, so please go and watch that video so that you can get clear idea about how to solve or how to pass journal entries. Right, as I said earlier also, if you want to pass journal entries, you should know golden rules where you should know the rules of real, person, and nominal. So I'm going to repeat one more time in this video. Uh, Talking about real rules, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Talking about personal rule, debit the receiver, credit the giver. And very important, that is nominal account, debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. All right. So you can write these particular rules in your notebook, and you can keep it in front of you so that while passing journal entries, while solving sum, you can relate the journal entries with these rules. All right. So now we will start with sum number second students. So it is given in your textbook. Journalize the following transactions in the books of Gajanan. Okay. Now year is given 2019, month is given as May, date is given as 3rd May. The very first transaction which you are going to do, that is purchase goods for rupees 90,000 and amount paid by bank directly. So entry is very simple, as I said earlier. Name of the goods is not given. All right, so we have to consider purchase means nominal account, right? Purchase is an expenditure, and nominal account का rule क्या होता है? Debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. Since purchase is expenditure, so you will write purchase on debit side. All right, when you are purchasing goods and the amount which you are paying, you are making payment through bank. So bank is a real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So now through bank your money goes out. So bank you will write on credit side. Okay, so journal entry will become purchase account debit to bank account. All right, so यहाँ पे again what we will do, we'll prepare one format first. So very on top you have to write in the books of Gajanan, then journal entries you have to write, and in this way you have to prepare your format. Date, particulars, LF, debit amount, credit amount. All right. So as we discussed just now, very first transaction, which is on 3rd May 2019. Okay, purchase goods. So purchase you have to write on debit side, and bank you will write on credit side. So in this way you have to pass your journal entries. Very first you will write year, then month and date. Purchase account debit to bank account. All right, 90,000 should be on debit side, 90,000 should be on credit side. And then you have to write narration also, where you have to write being goods purchased and amount paid by bank. All right, so first transaction is completed. Now second transaction is given on 7th May. Sold goods to Satish on credit rupees 30,000. That means again purchase is an expenditure, so sales will become income. Right, which goods you are selling, name of the goods is not given, so you will consider sales is an income. Because of that, again you will follow which rules? Nominal rules. What is the rule for nominal? Debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. Since sales is an income, so you will write sales on credit side. To whom you are selling your goods? Satish. Satish means person means personal. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. In this case, you are selling goods to Satish. Satish will be the receiver. So you will pass your journal entries like Satish account debit to sales account. Okay, Satish account debit to sales account. Satish is a person, receiver. Therefore, you will follow personal rule, debit the receiver. Satish should be on debit side. Since you are selling your goods, sales is an income. And for sales, again, you have to follow nominal rules. Debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. Sales income होता है, because of that you have to write sales on credit side. All right. So ये था आपका 7th May का journal entry. I hope you understood. and you will write narration as being goods sold to Satish on credit. 30,000 should be on debit side, 30,000 should be on credit side. Alright, in this way you have to pass your journal entries. Now 9th May. Paid for postage rupees 10,000. Paid means you are paying. You have already paid. Amount you have already paid. Nothing is given. That means you have paid your amount in a form of cash. आपने पैसा कैसे पे किया है? कैश के फॉर्म में पे किया है. तो पैसा आपके पास से जाएगा, और पैसा कैश क्या होता है? रियल होता है. रियल का रूल आप चेक करो क्या होता है आपकी बुक में. डेबिट व्हाट कम्स इन, credit what goes out. So in this case, if you are making payment, cash will goes out. Therefore, cash you will write on credit side, and you are paying in a form of postage, right? You are making payment for postage. So postage will become your expenditure. Since it is expenditure, you will follow which rules? Nominal rules. Debit all expenses and losses. So you will get you got both the side. One is debit side, you will write postage, and on credit side you will write cash. So your journal entry will become postage expense account debit to cash account. 10,000 should be on debit side and 10,000 should be on credit side. Narration is very simple. Being postage amount paid. Being postage amount paid. In this way, you have to pass your journal entries. Now again, same entry paid for wages. Again, you have paid. That means cash goes out, and you have paid for wages. So wages will become your expenditure. So you will write wages account debit to cash account. ऑलराइट. एक्सपेंडिचर है, इसके लिए आपको नॉमिनल का रूल फॉलो करना पड़ेगा. तो ये रूल्स आपको मालूम होना चाहिए. ओके. नाउ वी विल टॉक अबाउट 15th में. रिसीव्ड चेक. रिसीव्ड दैट मीन्स यू हैव ऑलरेडी रिसीव्ड. पैसा आ चुका है. चेक के थ्रू आया, दैट मीन्स यू विल यूज वर्ड बैंक. ऑफ रुपीज 30,000 फ्रॉम सती. सती और सतीश can be any person, but what is happening here, you are receiving money in a form of check, that means in a form of bank. Bank is a real, you will follow real rules. Debit what comes in, debit side मिल गया आपको as a bank, you will write bank on debit side. From whom you got the money? From Satish. Sati or Satish, he is the name of the person. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. In this case, Sati is giver of the money. So debit the receiver, credit the giver. So you will write Sati on क्रेडिट साइड. तो दोनों साइड मिल गया आपको. बैंक अकाउंट डेबिट टू सती अकाउंट. ओके. बीइंग चेक रिसीव फ्रॉम सती 30,000, 30,000. ऑलराइट. Now, transaction dated on 21st May 2029. Received dividend rupees 5,000. See, you have received dividend, then you are receiving some money in a form of dividend. So dividend will become income for you. Income means nominal account again. Nominal account का rules क्या होता है? Debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. So income, that means dividend is an income, right? Since it is income, so you will write on which side? You will write this on credit side. Dividend should be on credit side, and you are receiving money in a form of dividend. Okay. Remember one thing, जब भी dividend के form में आपको पैसा मिलेगा, that money should be uh, you are receiving that money in a form of bank only. Cash में कभी dividend नहीं मिलता है. You have to remember this. Okay. Make a note if you want. Bank account debit हो जाएगा, debit what comes in, and to dividend. राइट. तो ये ऐसे आपकी एंट्री बनेगी. डिविडेंड इनकम होता है, नॉमिनल का रूल्स है, इसके लिए क्रेडिट साइड में जाएगा. बैंक रियल होता है, इसके लिए इसको डेबिट साइड में लिखेंगे, सिंस डेबिट व्हाट कम्स इन. ऑलराइट. तो ये हो गया आपका 21st मई का एंट्री. नाउ वी विल टॉक अबाउट 25th में. परचेज लैपटॉप. सी हियर, परचेज लैपटॉप. 25th मई को क्या बोला है? परचेज लैपटॉप. नेम ऑफ द गुड्स इज गिवन. What you have purchased? You have purchased laptop. Laptop means assets. Assets means real rules, real account. Real rules क्या होता है? Debit what comes in. Since you are purchasing laptop, laptop will comes in, right? So you will write laptop on debit side, and now you have to make some payment also, but here it is given that paid by check, and here you are making payment through check. Through check means what? Bank. Bank again, it's a real. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. In this case, amount is goes out through bank, so you will write bank on credit side. So your journal entry will become laptop account debit to bank account 40,000, 40,000. and narration you will write being laptop purchased and amount paid by check. Okay, so ये हो गया आपका 25th of May का जर्नल एंट्री. नाउ वी विल टॉक अबाउट जर्नल एंट्री ऑन 28th May. क्या दिया है देखो, डिपॉजिटेड कैश. You have deposited cash. If you have deposited, cash will goes out. Okay, so first thing is very clear. In this case, cash is goes out. That means cash is a real account. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So cash you will write on credit side. Okay, cash you will write on credit side into State Bank of India. State Bank of India is a personal account, right? हमने already discuss किया है, name of the institute is always personal account. So in this case, since it is personal account, what is the rule for personal account? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. So bank is the receiver of the money. Because of that, State Bank of India should be on debit side, and you are making payment, cash goes out. Because of that, you will write cash on credit side. So journal entry will become State Bank of India account debit to cash account 10,000 10,000, and in narration you will write being cash deposited into State Bank of India. Right. Now we will talk about transaction dated on 31st May. क्या दिया है देखो, purchased goods. Again, name of the goods is not given. We will consider purchased. Purchase means expenditure. Expenditure means nominal account. Debit all expenses and losses. So purchase we will write on debit side. Okay, if you are purchasing, you will make payment. Now you are making payment here for rupees 40,000 and paid by RTGS. Now what is RTGS? Real time gross settlement. It's a form, it's a mode of payment, right, which will go from your bank account. So again you will use word bank here. Bank is a real account. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Since money is goes out from bank, so bank should be on credit side. So your journal entry will become purchase account debit to bank account 40,000 40,000. Then you will, in narration you will write being goods purchased and amount paid by RTGS. Clear? So in this way you have to pass all your entries, and after that what you have to do, very important part, you have to take total of all your debit amount, 90,000, 30,000, 10,000, 15, 13, 30,000, 5,000, 40,000, 10,000, again 40,000. You will get total as 2,70,000, and you will take total of this credit side also, you will get the same amount here. Okay, right? So in this way you have to complete your journal entries. I hope you understood the entire thing. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Till then, thank you so much, students.